Ok, hello para los que están mirando el video. Estamos acá en la actividad Activity D. Look at the highlighted words and phrases related to language learning and work out their meaning from the context. Estamos haciendo esta actividad que es, eh, uy, que es sacar el significado em, de estas palabritas que están así resaltadas solamente utilizando el contexto. ¿Ok? Ya vamos con Multilingual Fluently Skills y ahora Sol nos va a decir qué cree que es Language Barrier. ¿Ok? Sol, what do you think language barrier refers to?
um, like something that avoid or prevent. I don't know how to
Yes.
say
Mhm.
communicate easily or
Yes. Mhm.
um,
Or
yeah
inefficient.
something
Mhm.
something that yes.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I mean, you can't communicate with other people because of the language, or you can understand the other part.
Mhm. Very good. What do you think, to both of you, Joel and Sol, what do you think can be a language barrier? What can stop you from learning or speaking another language?
Maybe because you are not interested
Uh-huh.
in learning.
Right. Very good. Not a lack of interest is a language barrier. You're right.
Uh,
What else?
Maybe we different peoples have different skills to
Uh-huh.
learn,
Right.
and for one person could be very easy learning languages, and the other one could be very difficult.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Have many, uh, I mean, the people have different times to learn in a specific language.
Right. Right. You're right. And do you think age can be a barrier?
Um, yes,
Yes.
could be.
Uh-huh.
I know because I read a lot about um, scientific studies,
Uh-huh.
and for example, if you try to learn languages in an early age, you can learn very easily.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but if you try to learn um, in old age,
Mm-hmm.
or when you're ver- older,
Yes.
um, maybe it's quite difficult because maybe you don't have the patience or or try to do the effort
Mm-hmm.
to do or to try to learn something, but uh, it's quite difficult.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yes, you're right. It's not impossible for older people to learn a language, but yes, it is a bit more difficult. Um, Especially you can see that in pronunciation aspects because the phonological apparatus, you can say, is very fixed to the mother tongue. So it's very accustomed to the mother tongue. So if you want to change that at an advanced age, it is, yes, as you said, quite difficult. But still, people can learn another language at any age.
Yes.
Okay. Um, Now, how many more words have we got? more more exception than rules. Sorry, uh, more exceptions than rules. What do you think of this, Joel?
Um, I think it meant that you can learn another language without studying. Maybe you can learn listening
Uh huh.
or try to cap the um, I don't know. I think is maybe is another way to study another language
Okay.
uh, instead of study the grammatical part.
Ah, okay. I see. I see. I see. I see. Like, you mean learning by exposition to the language? Uh,
Yes,
not not.
I know very a lot of people that learn languages without studying,
Uh
for
huh.
example, but
Yes.
have that person have another skills. Maybe the ears is very um, I don't know how to say evolution.
Okay. So they have
Very
yes, they have developed that skill.
yes,
Uh huh.
yes,
Uh huh.
develop and they talk very well. I know many people that talk very well English, for example, but they don't know
Any grammar?
why they speak. Yes, they don't know why they speak very
Uh,
well.
okay.
So how do I always ask them, for example, how did you learn in this
Uh-huh.
level? I don't know. I just hear, listening music, or try to watch a movie only in English, and
Mm-hmm.
the skill of the year or the
Yes.
is
It takes
another
years.
level.
It takes
Yes.
years and years. That was me before I started to study English. Uh, when I entered the teacher training college, I learned the present simple, the verb to be, because I didn't know that. I didn't know anything about grammar. Um, but in this case, more exceptional rules are. Let's see. I will ask Sol. Sol, what do you think about this phrase? There seem to be more exceptions than rules when you're learning a language.
I agree with Joel.
Mm-hmm.
Um, rules percentage.
Yes, Joel said that, for example, some people learn without knowing about
Mhm.
grammar, right? But here he says, which has been learning for a year and a half is the hardest. Russian. Okay? Russian is very hard for him
Mhm.
because there seem to be more exceptions than rules. Okay? So you have rules, but there are many words and phrases that skip the rule, that don't respect the rule. So those are the exceptions. Okay? So, for example, can you think of any example of this in English of words that don't respect the rule?
Mm.
Both of you, Joel and Sol. Let's see if you remember any exceptions to the rule.
I'm reading the text now,
Uh huh.
and I think is maybe we have maybe I'm wrong, but um, I think it's for example you have in 2 years you have to know or learn about English language,
Uh
for
huh.
example.
Uh huh.
But the exceptions could be that you can take more than that or
Ah,
less.
okay. Okay.
But I don't know if I'm right or maybe I'm not understanding
The quote.
the phrase. Yes.
Okay. It can be an interpretation. It can be an interpretation. But for example, I will tell you three words. Cats, cats, dogs, and sheep. Okay, cats, dogs, and sheep. What can you hear or notice there that is strange, a little strange?
Sheep.
Sheep. What happens to sheep?
That you have is in singular.
And what is the plural form of sheep?
Sheeps.
No, sheep is a plural.
Ah, is this?
Uh-huh.
Ah,
Sheep is a plural. And fish? What is the plural form of
Uh,
fish?
fish.
Fish. And also, buey, you know, the animal. In English, you say ox. Ox. Yes?
Yes.
O-X. Do you know the plural for ox? Have you ever read that word?
No,
No? It's
but I think it's ox.
no.
oxen. Oxen.
Ah, oxen.
So
Ah,
you have exceptions to the rules and then another different exception, you know? So that's what he means, okay? When you're learning a
ah,
language, you can learn rules, okay? But then you have exceptions. For example, the past simple. You add ed to the verb to make it in the past form, okay? To turn it to the past simple. But then you have irregular verbs, okay? For example, go, do, have, that you don't add ed. Have you ever had issues when learning English with these exceptions? Did they cause you
uh,
trouble
maybe yes.
Mhm.
But I don't remember.
specifically?
Yes. For example, uh, when a leaf
Mm-hmm.
in Spanish hoja
Mm-hmm.
in it changed to
Yes.
leaves. For example, leaves.
Right. The
Or
plural. The plural.
the plural. Yes.
Yes, you're right. For
Maybe
example,
that could be
yes,
confused.
you say live in the singular form and leaves in the plural. The same with knife. You say knives. Okay, so those are the exceptions to the rule. Okay, very good. Then one more. Well, two more. Link. Sol, what do you think is that link to the country he's talking about here?
Maybe the kind of
Mm-hmm.
relationship or like connection that
Right.
he has.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I have a strong personal link to the country and to the language. Mm-hmm. Very good. And Joel, basic phrases.
Okay, I think it's the most common, for
Mm-hmm.
example, questions and sentences that you could make to ask or tell to anybody in another language.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Well, and then here we have finals, the last exams that students take at university. You know that. Um, and then we have here a few questions. I will choose just one, three, and five. Okay. Well, no, two and two. One, two, and four, five. Um, Joel, can you or anyone in your family speak another language fluently?
In my family,
Mm-hmm.
fluently,
Yes.
mm, I think not. There's no anybody that could talk
La
in
deja mal a
fluent
Sol.
English. Yeah, yes, maybe
Can
she can do it, but
his
I don't know if
his
he
wife
she it-
Karen
ah
can.
I
I mean,
forgot.
she talks very well.
He's not listening.
Si no, ligaba ahí uno.
Yes, yes, you're
Uh,
right. So
okay.
I forgot.
I think my
But
sister-in-law can. I
But
didn't listen to her,
but
I
you think
imagine that she can
what does she
but
do? What does
because
she
she
do?
lives in USA
Ah, okay. So,
uh, a few
for
years.
about
Yes,
five
uh-huh.
when she
years,
was a
yes.
child.
Mm. So let's hope she does, because 5 years
Yeah.
it's enough time
But
to learn.
yes, she can, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe she come back in 2005, I think, and she not train the language,
Ah, okay. So
so maybe she can lose vocabulary or something like
okay.
that.
So she lived in the USA 5 years, and then she came
Yes.
back. Ah, okay, okay,
That
okay.
yes.
Ah, okay. So it's been a long time, but probably she knows. um, then, sorry, you wanted to say something?
No.
No? Okay. Sol, do you know any basic phrases in any other languages? Okay, we know English and we know Spanish, you know. But in other languages, do you know?
Yes.
Yes? Which, for example?
Mm. No, I
Huh?
knew some Chinese,
Oh, really?
but I forgot.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I had a friend that
Ah,
teach me, but I forgot. It's
mm,
difficult.
yes, it's. I think it's very difficult. And usual?
um Maybe no, I don't. Portuguese,
Ah, okay.
but I'm
You're awful?
awful.
Me too.
Why?
Yes.
Me too, me too, me too. The same. Uh,
I don't remember any phrase or no. Is I don't like the language.
well,
No,
I do like
I
it, but yes, tell me.
no no no.
Uh,
I I'm going to say that I don't like, so I listen maybe all the time, but I don't pay attention
mm,
about what they are trying to say or
hmm.
something like that. So it's just a waste of time to me.
Okay, so that's your language barrier, for example. You don't like it.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
No. No.
Okay. Well, in my case, I like it, but the last time I had any contact with Portuguese was 10 years ago or something. At secondary school, I was taught Portuguese. And, well, I liked it, but then never trained it again. Then Sol, Sol, no, Joel. Have you ever traveled to another country and felt that there was a real language barrier?
uh, I yes
Uh huh.
yes I can say that I travel in, for example, not very far, not so far, but here in Foz de Iguazu.
Ah, okay.
Um, I think that the people maybe could uh, would talk in a low level, but maybe could talk in Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
but because in my mind, I think because are very close to
So
Cataratas del Iguazú,
yes, yes.
Misiones. Um, they could talk in Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
but it don't it didn't I
You couldn't
I
understand them.
mistake.
You couldn't understand them.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
not all the people
Uh-huh.
talk in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
Their infos talk very close in
Ah.
Portuguese. So the only people who talk in Spanish were Argentinian.
Okay.
Yes, but for example, the Brazilian didn't talk very well Spanish,
Mm,
so that was
yes.
uh,
Yeah, in Brazil they speak
frustrating.
Portuguese.
Yes, very frustrated for me not understand any word. that, so, for example, if I have to visit in some place, just try to um, or ask if they talk in English
Ah,
because
really?
Spanish they didn't talk at all
Uh-huh.
the Spanish. So in English we can communicate
Right.
very well, but it was the only way.
Yes. It's crazy that
Uh,
some of them can speak English but not Spanish, and we're so close to
yes,
each other.
yes. That was in my mind. I think
Mhm.
I thought that it's very close to Argentina, so they
And
can talk in Spanish.
you're close to Brazil too, and you don't speak Portuguese.
Yeah, yes,
So the same
but
for you.
yes. So so that was all in my mind. So I
Yes.
thought that was it was a wrong idea I
Yes.
had. But it happened to me here in Argentina. In
Yes.
Argentina,
What happened?
when I travel in, for example, La
Uh huh.
Rioja. No, La Rioja was the most very difficult. I didn't understand why the people try to tell me, but they talk in Spanish.
Ah, okay,
But
so
the
the accent is.
differences,
Mhm.
the accent, or maybe the I how we say it in the I don't remember how we say when
The,
we talk in the same language but we have different
d-
accent. Could say.
the dialect,
Is
the dialect, or
yes,
the
I
intonation.
the intonation, or yes,
Mm-hmm.
they talk very close that very fast that
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't
You could
understand.
understand them.
Yes,
Yeah.
I told my wife he she is come from, I don't know, Central America Center or something like that. No,
Right.
reverendo riojano era. No lo entendía.
the, the same happens to me here. You know, many Colombian people live here. Uh,
Ah, yes.
so when they speak to me, I really can't understand any word they're saying, and also they use they use different words with different meanings than the ones we use, and many times I don't understand, and they have to repeat the same, but like in Argentinian, using Argentinian phrases. So I understand, but it's very crazy. Even in the same language, we have language barriers.
Yes.
Okay, and Sol, the last question: what other languages would you like to be able to speak, and why?
um, I think English and maybe Japanese.
Ah, okay. Why?
Because I like both languages, and Japanese because I want to travel.
Mm-hmm.
I will love to travel. to Japan
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to understand them.
Mm-hmm. Um, but you do speak English. Well, you mean you want to improve your English?
Yes.
Yes, okay, but you do speak. You're okay. Um, well,
Okay.
you like the culture, right? You like the Japanese culture, don't you?
Yes,
Yes, or
and
just the places.
I want to the places and yeah, the culture too.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Interesting.
It's interesting for
Mm-hmm.
me.
Okay, good. Um, now what have we got here? Okay, now we have here a very short piece of grammar. Okay, a very short grammar point. We have here reflexive pronouns. Okay, you know we have personal pronouns: I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. We have possessive adjectives: my, your. Well, but in this case, we're talking about reflexive pronouns. Okay, we have here an example. Sol, can you read the example, please?
Yes, reflexive pronouns.
Here the example.
Example.
He taught. That was one. You can read here in the on
Yes.
Meet.
He okay. He taught himself many of the languages with teach yourself books.
Books, right? He taught himself with teach yourself books. Okay. Then below we have the explanation. It says we use reflexive pronouns: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourself, etc. when the object of a verb is the same as the subject. Okay? For example, he taught himself Russian. He was his own teacher. Okay? We also use the reflexive pronouns to emphasize the subject of an action. For example, we painted the kitchen ourselves. Okay? Well, um, before we move on to the exercise, I will make a board to explain this very quickly because I know the girls, the other girls, will want an explanation like this. So here it is. I will share it for you too. It's here. Okay. So today is Friday, the 30th. Se nos va Julio. And the topic of this explanation is reflexive pronouns, as I told you. Well, let's do like a very quick chart here. The first thing we have is let's start with the pronouns. Yes, pronouns. So it's clear what we want to do. The first pronoun, you know, is I. Okay. Here I have to put the reflexive ones. Personal pronouns. Me estaba olvidando. Personal pronouns and reflexive pronouns. There you go. The first one is I, okay? Can you tell me the reflexive pronoun for I? It's in the book.
Myself.
Myself. Good. Then we have you, and the reflexive pronoun is
Yourself.
yourself, right? Well, and then we have he, she, it. For he, do you remember that one? Or can you see it in the book? I don't know if it's in the book.
Herself.
Yes.
Himself.
Himself.
Right, himself. For she, herself, the one Joel said. For it, itself. Then we have we, the plurals. We start with the plurals here. And in this case, we don't use self anymore. We start using selves. Ourselves. That's a plural, okay? Selves. The same with leaves, remember? Leaves and knives. Well.
Yes.
Then you, and we cannot use yourself. We use yourselves. And the last one, they, themselves. Okay. So these are the reflexive pronouns for every personal pronoun. Well, and as you know, well, as I told you, they are used for talking again or reflecting on the subject of the sentence. Okay, if I want to, if I want to talk again about the subject of the sentence, especially if that includes me or the same person I'm talking about, I use the reflexive pronoun. Okay, so for example, I went to school by myself. Okay, I went to school by myself. My mother didn't take me to school. Okay, or I learned to play the piano myself. Okay, nobody taught me. I taught myself. Okay, so let's do some examples. Let's see here. We also use, well, we know that. Tell me an action, any action.
Action.
Any action, any activity.
Like run.
Okay. Okay. Good. Run where?
In the park.
Okay. Well, let's use, in this case, you. You run in the park on yourself, we can say. Or yourself, it's possible too, but the meaning changes, okay? In this case, we have on yourself or on your own, you can say too, to say that that person is alone, okay? You run in the park on yourself. Then you will do this example. Raúl Okay. Does the laundry. And what is the reflexive pronoun I need here for Raul?
Himself.
Himself. Very good. Now, I will give you park. Okay, Flor and Anna can park the car. And what reflexive pronoun do you need here?
Themselves.
Themselves. Right. Okay. So far, so good. Yes, anything else? Okay, and just to clarify, sometimes you can use them for emphasis. Yes? Good. I'll stop sharing now. Or do you want to copy this? The board?
It's okay.
It's okay. Yes.
Okay,
I
you
already
copied
copied.
already? Okay, good. You too, Sol?
Yes, thank
Okay, very good. Let's go back to the book then. Everything clear?
Yes.
Good.
you. Yes.
There it is. Now, yes, we can do the practice. I always test all new vocabulary. It's a good way to remember it. What do we need here? I always
Myself.
test myself.
Myself.
Yes. We're using the reflexive pronoun for I. Okay, so it's reflecting on I. Good. Number 2. My uncle built the house
Himself.
himself. It took him 3 years. Number 3. This light is automatic. It turns itself on and off. Number 4. Did you fix the computer? Well done.
Yourself.
Yourself.
Did you fix the computer yourself? Well done. My sister's so vain. Every time she passes a mirror, she looks at
Herself.
in it. Very good. Easy. Now, let's do a listening for a change. You're going to listen to 6 advanced students of English giving a tip which has helped them to learn. Listen once and complete their tip. Okay? So I will play the audio because I stopped the recording. We're doing activity 6A. You're going to listen to 6 advanced students of English giving a tip which has helped them to learn. Listen once and complete their tip. Okay? We're on tip 3 now. Sorry. So we'll listen to this girl and you have to complete her tip. Let's go back.
3.
What really helped me to improve my English was having an Australian boyfriend. He didn't speak any Hungarian. Well, not many foreigners do. So we spoke English all the time and my English improved really quickly. We broke up when he went back to Australia, but by then I could speak pretty fluently. We didn't exactly finish as friends, but I'll always be grateful to him for the English I learned. So my tip is, try to find an English-speaking boyfriend or girlfriend.
4. I've always thought that learning vocabulary is very important, so I bought a vocabulary flashcard app for my phone. I write down all the new words and phrases I want to remember, in Polish and in English, and then when I get a quiet moment, I test myself. It really helps me remember new vocabulary. So that's my tip. Get a vocabulary learning app for your phone. 5.
I think one of the big problems when you're learning something new is motivation, something to make you carry on and not give up. So my tip is to book yourself a holiday in an English-speaking country or a country where people speak very good English, like Holland, as a little reward for yourself. And so you can actually practice your English. It's really motivating when you go somewhere and find that people understand you and you can communicate. Last year I went to Amsterdam for a weekend and I had a great time and I spoke a lot of English.
6.
If you love music, which I do, my tip is to listen to as many songs as possible in English and then learn to sing them. It's so easy nowadays with YouTube. First I download the lyrics and try to understand them. Then I sing along with the singer and try to copy the way he or she sings. This is fantastic for your pronunciation. Then, once I can do it well, I go back to YouTube and get a karaoke version of the song. And then I sing it. It's fun, and your English will really improve as a result.
Okay. Good. Do you want to listen again?
Maybe.
Yes.
I
Probably.
can't listen the last one
The last one you didn't listen?
because someone interrupt me.
Ah, okay. It's okay.
So-
I will play it again. No problem. Especially because the first one for me was difficult to understand, and because 1 and 2 I need it for the video. So let's listen to the whole thing again, and for a check too.
2.40. 1.
One very easy thing you can do is just change the language to English on all the gadgets you have. For example, on your phone or laptop or tablet. That way you're reading English every day and without really noticing, you just learn a whole lot of vocabulary. For example, the things you see on your screen, like, are you sure you want to shut down now? Things like that.
2.
My tip is to do things that you like doing but in English. So for example, if you like reading, then read in English. If you like the cinema, watch films in English with subtitles. If you like computer games, play them in English. But don't do things you don't enjoy in your language. I mean, if you don't like reading in your language, you'll enjoy it even less in English. And so you probably won't learn anything.
3.
What really helped me to improve my English was having an Australian boyfriend. He didn't speak any Hungarian. Well, not many foreigners do. So we spoke English all the time, and my English improved really quickly. We broke up when he went back to Australia, but by then I could speak pretty fluently. We didn't exactly finish as friends, but I'll always be grateful to him for the English I learned. So my tip is, try to find an English-speaking boyfriend or girlfriend.
4. I've always thought that learning vocabulary is very important, so I bought a vocabulary flashcard app for my phone. I write down all the new words and phrases I want to remember, in Polish and in English, and then when I get a quiet moment, I test myself. It really helps me remember new vocabulary. So that's my tip. Get a vocabulary learning app for your phone.
5.
I think one of the big problems when you're learning something new is motivation, something to make you carry on and not give up. So, my tip is to book yourself a holiday in an English speaking country or a country where people speak very good English, like Holland, as a little reward for yourself. And so you can actually practice your English. It's really motivating when you go somewhere and find that people understand you and you can communicate. Last year, I went to Amsterdam for a weekend and I had a great time and I spoke a lot of English.
6. If you love music, which I do, my tip is to listen to as many songs as possible in English and then learn to sing them. It's so easy nowadays with YouTube. First I download the lyrics and try to understand them. Then I sing along with the singer and try to copy the way he or she sings. This is fantastic for your pronunciation. Then, once I can do it well, I go back to YouTube and get a karaoke version of the song. And then I sing it. It's fun, and your English will really improve as a result.
Okay. So, what about now?
Yes, better.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Hmm. Yes, it's a bit more difficult to focus when they have an accent, you know. In the listenings, at least for me. But still, they were not so difficult. Okay. Tip number 1. The ones watching the video, pause it and check if you re-listen again. Go back to in the video and listen again. So you can do the whole thing, okay? Because now we will check the correct options. Okay. Tip 1. Sol, do you want to tell me what you wrote?
Okay. The whole sentence
Yes.
or only? Okay. Tip 1, change the language to English on all the gadgets you have, for example, on your phone or laptop or tablet.
Very good. Phone or laptop or tablet. Good. Okay, excellent. Joel, number 2.
Okay. Do things that you like doing, but in English.
Right. Then, number 3. Sol?
Try to find an English speaking boyfriend or girlfriend.
Boyfriend or girlfriend. Good. Girlfriend. Number 4. Joel?
I didn't catch the first word,
Mhm.
but I think the second was vocabulary. Get a vocabulary app for your phone.
Okay. It's a vocabulary. And then, Sol, could you listen to the second word?
Vocabulary learning app.
Right. Vocabulary learning app for your phone. Sol, number 5.
Number 5, book yourself a holiday in an English-speaking country.
Good. Easy to say. Not so easy to do. Not so easy to do.
To write.
Easy to write. Yes. Number 6, Joel.
6. Listen to us many. I I was very unfocused.
Yes. Me too. Many.
But I very lost the focus because I'm with my notebook,
Uh
so
huh.
I'm trying to write and
Ah, and listen.
go, yes, and the I cut the page and try
Ah, okay.
to correct, and yes, I lost.
Okay.
But I think it says listen to as many I heard
Uh huh.
some or
Songs. Songs.
song
Songs.
songs as possible in English, and then learn.
Turn.
No, I don't want to
To.
throw fruits.
No. No pasa nada. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
To throw fruits.
El Spanglish ese. I think it's learn to sing them, right? Sorry?
To
I
sing them.
listen.
Yes, learn to sing them.
To sing.
Yes, me too. I lost focus really because I don't know it's for me it's difficult to pay attention to these listenings that have accent. But anyway,
I don't
don't
want to throw
throw
fruits.
fruit.
Joy.
Okay. Well, add more details. No, 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 no. We don't add. We won't add more details. We will just talk about these tips. Okay. So tell me, do you do any of these things in the tips? Except for the holiday, I think. Not so often.
We wish
uh,
to holiday.
Maybe the most common is I soon
A boyfriend or girlfriend
uh,
every day. A different one.
Tip 2 and 6
Those are the ones you
are
do,
the
Sol?
commons.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Oh, the 4, but
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most common is 2, 4, and 6.
Mm-hmm. Or at least the most. Yes, the ones you can do easier. I don't know.
Yes,
Or the most accessible
yes.
ones.
I would like just try to
Oh,
learn
yeah,
some language,
me too.
but it's
No,
difficult.
it's difficult living in Latin America. Um, for example,
We have to sell a kidney for.
yeah, or any other organ, uh, any other parts of your body. For example, number one, change the language. Um, I don't change the language. I mean, to my gadgets, but because I don't need to. In my case, I don't need to, and because I find it a bit uncomfortable. What do you think about that? Do you do that?
No,
No.
I know word, and I understand
Mm-hmm.
the meaning of the gadget, but yes, I look like uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Is But because of my sights, no, just for that.
Sorry, because of your.
Oh. My view,
Ah, okay.
my point of view
Mm-hmm.
is just uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yes, from your
try
point of view.
to, yes.
Mm-hmm. And
But
you.
for example, if I try to play some video games or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, or try to uh, play a second time a game, try to put all in English, for
Yes,
example,
right.
the subtitle, and
Mm-hmm.
in,
Well, that's the
but try
same
to avoid.
as the songs. To listen to as many songs or the things you
Yes,
like. Number two.
songs,
Uh
movies.
huh. I do the same.
Uh,
I always, if they are originally in English, I do the same. I just let them in English. But for example, if something is originally in Spanish, I prefer to leave it in Spanish.
Yes.
And with the gadgets, it happens to me that I don't know. I'm accustomed to using them in Spanish, so yes.
Yes. I, it's because of that, because we are accustomed to do that, or
Right. And have you ever downloaded an English learning app or any language learning app?
Sol told me about um, a social,
Tandem.
Sorry,
yes,
which one?
tandem, that
Ah, Tandem.
yes, you can interact with other people around the world,
Oh,
and learn about the language that you want to learn.
mm-hmm.
Italian, I don't know, a
English,
lost
Japanese,
language.
and all the
Japanese.
Yeah,
languages are
Yes.
available there.
I heard of that. Yes. Good. That's interesting. That's a nice exercise. I will try that later.
I
Uh,
used I talk with a woman. Wow,
hmm. Ojo,
women
ojo,
and
ojo.
men.
You're being
Yes,
recorded.
but but I talk with
Cuidado que
a
volvió
woman
Karen.
that works as a flight attendant
Oh,
in.
interesting.
Yes, she live in Brazil,
Okay.
but I don't remember where.
Okay.
And she she talked to me in Portuguese,
Mhm.
obviously, and something that I don't understand.
You ask her.
She try Yes,
Mhm.
we switch in English or
Mhm.
Spanish, because she was in, she was interested in learning Spanish.
Ah, Spanish. Okay.
Yes,
Mhm.
so yes,
She knew English very well, I imagine.
yes,
Uh-huh.
yes. The most common language between us was English.
Yes, because
So
she's.
something that we couldn't understand, or Portuguese or Spanish,
Mhm.
we talk in English.
Mhm.
And it happened with a man that was Italian.
Mhm.
Yes, because you put in the app the language that you are interested to learn, and you starting. I don't remember how to use it, but
But
I raised. Yes,
it connects you
I
with
don't.
people from those languages.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
but it get bored to me.
Ah, okay. And
Yes,
mhm.
because I prefer. It's interesting. You can learn in that way,
Mhm.
but in my case, I wasn't
Uh-huh.
interested.
And also you must
Just
like to interact with strangers. Some people do like. In my case,
yeah.
not much.
Yes, it's very rare.
Uh-huh.
Years before, we know many people. For example, Messenger, when,
Yes, remember.
or a chat,
Yes,
Chaco Corriente.
old
but
chats.
but yes, but I never try to meet someone
Okay.
that I met
On
on
the internet.
internet.
Mhm.
Yes, it was very scary to me, but I liked know people,
Yes,
because
to
it
interact
was
and to
the
know.
only many the only thing in that time we I spend, or
You spend your
is
time doing.
yes,
Hmm.
but nowadays the change I changed my mind,
Yes, and you
so
have other
I'm not
things to do.
interested to do.
You have
Yes,
to work and you have your family, so probably
yes,
your
but
interests are different.
yes,
Hmm.
my-
Good. Okay, and Sol, do you like that app? Do you still use it?
No, I have it, but I don't use it. I
Okay.
forgot that.
You forgot that you have it? Okay.
I
Um,
downloaded it. Yes.
what the last one, last question for you. Which do you think is the best tip for you, Sol, for example? Which do you think is the best of these six?
For me, maybe tip 2,
Okay. Uh huh. Why?
because in that tip I can use tip 6, for example,
All
like
right.
listening songs
Mm-hmm.
or watch movies or series.
Or speak to other people um, with an
Yes,
app.
also.
Uh huh. Right.
Yes.
It's okay. Good. Good. You're right. You're right. That's a very good choice. And you, Joel, which do you think is the best tip? Hello. ¿Se me cortó el internet a mí o
Sorry,
estás?
Se
sorry.
fue yo.
I
Ah,
was mute.
ok. Pensé que se cortó el
I
internet.
thought that. No. I think I learned a lot of vocabulary and a lot of things about the language, for example, English, uh, through because of the music.
Mm-hmm.
I, for example, trying to understand. I listen to music that I like. I try to, for example, learn the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
and after that, uh, try to know about what, for example, they sing
Mm-hmm.
or he or she are singing,
Mm-hmm.
and try to, um, I how can I say traducir,
Translate. Translate.
translate?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and I think it's the but for me I have a lot of vocabulary because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the grammar I am very poor, but uh,
You know many
I
words.
think
Mm-hmm.
yes,
That's very
yes,
useful. That's very useful too. And the grammar you will, throughout the lessons, you will develop more and more. And
yes,
one day, you will listen to the same songs, and for example, realize you were singing it wrong if you didn't check the lyrics, for example, that you were singing saying something wrong, or that the singer uses something in an incorrect way, uses a word or says a sentence in an incorrect way, and you will notice that. Okay, he said that in the wrong way, So
yes.
it's a very good exercise when you're learning English.
And I knew very many different, for example, uh, that singer use to write the songs. For example, want to instead of say want to, sometimes they say wanna
Ah, right. Yes, yes, yes. That's right.
or going to gonna
Uh huh.
and
Uh huh.
something like that. That is
Hmm.
maybe in a slang language. I don't know.
Yes, it's
Is
slang. It's informal language. Hmm.
yes.
Yes, and you
I
can
ain't or
ain't. Uh-huh. Ain't.
ain't.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yes, you're right. Ain't is
you
like is not. Is not.
yes,
Hmm.
but you're never going to find that word in
In an English
the
book.
dictionary.
Hmm.
Yes,
Right. So it's a very good exercise to expose yourself to real language, not only the books.
yes.
Hmm. Okay, very good. So for today we have finished. Yes. Um, I think we have. Well, but no, no, I won't give you the activities today, but tomorrow. Okay. So see you tomorrow at 9. Will you be able to?
Okay.
Okay.
If wake, I
if you
wake up.
if you wake up early.
Yes, because tonight I have to work
Ah,
10
okay.
from 10 to 6 a.m.
Ah,
morning.
okay.
So, but I think yes, it depends.
Okay. Yes. So if you're not there, I will know. Okay.
Yes,
And you?
maybe I just fall asleep.
It's okay. It's okay. And you, Sol?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Okay. Good. So see you tomorrow at 9. Okay.
Okay,
Bye
Okay.
bye.
see you.
See you. Bye
See
bye.
you,
Bye.
boys. Bye bye.